Hello, beautiful love light. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self proclaimed spiritual maestro. I view myself as a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. I come into my online space, uh, which is linked in the description box below at the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. And I share the gifts of the life force healing energetics that exist all around us all the time to send them to and through you every Tune In Tuesday and also every day. That is a gift for you for being a subscriber of the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. If that sounds like something that resonates with you, come on over to that space. Or if you want to hang out with me in the harmonic.us, kind of get to know me a little bit better, that is the free space that I've created. It is through a service, an online service through Mighty Networks. I originally did it as a Facebook group. However, I didn't really like I still don't like just the energetic feel of Facebook in general. So I wanted to take that space off of someone else's, like the energetics that they were imprinting into the world that we currently live in. And I wanted to really be able to imprint my own into that space. And so that is why I purchased my Mighty Network base camp, I guess, just the place to build that group and space, that safe, healing, sacred medicine space for all of us. I've coded it with high vibrational energetics, and my desire is for it to be a space of creation where we are focused on where we're headed, not where we've been. There's plenty of spaces in the online sphere to talk about and go through and unpack all the stuff that's happened and the lessons that we have to learn from that. I am finding that there's less spaces online where we can really focus on where we want to go and speak that into existence, because that is how things come into existence, right? It begins with our thoughts, where we connect to the ideas in the collective sphere, and then we begin to talk about it, and that's the next stage. And then the final stage of creation or manifestation is the doing part, right? But in order to collaborate with one another to do the do, we got to start talking about it. And so that's the space where I want all of the beautiful love lights to congregate and begin to speak into existence what it is that we're seeking to create, and support each other in that and build each other up, instead of being like, oh, you can't do that, or, well, I've heard somebody try to do that before and they couldn't do it. And nope, that's a space where it's like, yes, absolutely. How can I help you? And we want to encourage you and let you know that if it is in your heart mind to do, you can absolutely create it, because we live in a world of infinite potential and possibility. And the more people that we have encouraging that, the better this place is going to become, because it's up to us. So that's what that space is for. Again, the link is in the description box below. It's the harmonic.us. It's just the free group that I'm building. If that sounds like something you want to participate in, come on over. And then again, if you want the like actual energetic healing, it's a subscription-based service, again, because it is my time and energy and efforts. It's $19.99 a month. It's the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, where you get that energy live and in person every Tune In Tuesday, and every day. I send that to the people in that container every single day for your highest benefit, because I can. And Spirit put it on my heart to do it. So, and the energetic exchange is the money that exchange, right? Like I'm putting forth that energy to help you, like be able to connect to. I set the intention. I shouldn't say help you. You're encoded with everything you need. I'm really like outside of that. All I've done is create the energetic intention within that space to gift to you what you need energetically, vibrationally, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, cosmically, all of the things. And you can tune into that anytime you think about it. That's how I've coded it. And again, like that's just a way for us to collaborate and work together energetically to ascend and create this higher vibrational place for all of us to live and thrive, instead of just surviving, which we do need to survive, but it's time to thrive. Don't you feel that? I do. Anyway, what I'm doing here in YouTube is I'm talking about this galactic calendar, the Mayan Galactic Calendar of time, where we're kind of shifting out of the idea that time is money, this like linear construct of time, which is necessary. There's a reason why we collectively agreed to that linear expression of time. However, this is sort of come into my awareness and I've really latched onto it. I'm learning about it. I'm a student, just like, probably you are if you're in this place and space. But it's this idea that time is art, right? Time is life, really. And it's just this, the more we can utilize our time for creative processes, I think the like more uplifted we'll all feel, instead of it just being like time is money and like this drag of this material, like being anchored to this material thing. It's like creative, and it's a gift, and it's life and art. And the more we see it that way, I think the more beneficial we'll all be. And I have found like the flow of this way of looking at time is truly synchronic. Like the synchronicities that continue to crop up in my life are too numerous to actually share in this space. And I want that synchronicity to flow into your life and vortex as well, so that you start to experience that more and more. And when you do, like as it happens, like share it. So one of the things that I found kind of synchronistic today was, all right, I've sort of just been coming into this space like as I feel guided. And today I sat down, I opened up my calendar, I'm looking at it, and I was like, oh my goodness, we had three of the 13 clear signs of Pacal Votan in the last 4 days. So there's a couple things I want to share. Like I'm still unpacking it. I don't really understand it all, but so I've noticed a pattern within the 20 tribes, right? Like, and it's sort of like the wave spell, right? It starts with red, this red color, and then it flows into white, and then blue, and then yellow. And then it starts again, red, white, blue, yellow. And as we continue to spiral through these colors, like there are these 4 pockets of going through each color. So the first clear sign of Pacal Votan happened on the red overtone. Wrong page. Red overtone Earth Day, right here. And then it flowed into the white rhythmic mirror. It skipped over this blue, I can't remember the tone, storm day. And now here we are on the Yellow Galactic Sun day. And so I was like, wow, that's really interesting that in this one little like quick, dare I say a wave spell? That's not really what it is. But this like cycle through red, white, blue, yellow, three of those days were clear signs of Pacal Votan. And I just really felt like, okay, that's not an accident, that today is the day that I felt compelled to come in here and share more about the calendar. And it was on this 3rd day, we had a galactic activation portal on the white rhythmic mirror day as well. Just like all of these energetics. And the thing to understand about the energetics of the world around us is that there's a peak, right? So there's the energy exists prior to that peak and then after. So all of those energetics are still swirling around us right now. Obviously, the strongest is this yellow galactic sun day that we find ourselves in. However, the energetics of those other like 2 clear signs of Pacal Votan are absolutely here for us to tune into, because time is art. Like it spirals around itself, and it's through like different dimensions and layers, so we can call upon those energetics whenever we need to. So here we are on this 3rd day, and I should have gone forward. I don't know if maybe there's another one coming up, because that'd be kind of cool to know. Yeah, no, we don't have one. The entire planetary moon of manifestation, I do not see a clear sign. Oh nope, I'm wrong. On Sunday, April 30th, there is another clear sign of Pacal Votan coming up. But again, like all of these are so close together. So I was thinking about it, and I wanted to share about that. And I wanted to do it obviously right away. And then we'll dive into the like different levels like I do each session through the 13-year wave spell on down to the energetics of the Yellow Galactic Sun day to day. So those three signs, the red overtone earth, the code keys that were coded into that clear sign of Pacal Votan are evolves, navigation, synchronicity, and those are the red earth code keys. And then the overtone tone of creation code keys are empower, command, and radiance. And I was reading through the information in the calendar about that tribe and tone. And what came together for me was how they're both really revolving around the idea of the one heart, this like centered way of being, right? Like grounded in the one heart of Mama Earth, tuned in to the one heart of Father Sky, and also living in our own heart-centered space, right? That overtone is tone 5. It is the power of that like centeredness. And I just thought it was really cool that that balanced with the idea of the groundedness and centeredness that Mama Earth provides each one of us, right? Like her core center anchoring us in, grounding us into this physical form, which is tone 4, right? Divine measure form. And really just how like interesting that was. And the synchronicity, right? That other code key that popped out, like the synchronicity of those two, that tone and tribe coming together. And maybe that's why it was a clear sign of Pacal Votan. So Pacal Votan was, I'm going to read this from the calendar because I don't want to mess it up. He was essentially a leader, right? During his time, a chief time engineer of the classic Mayan era, sage king of the Yucatec base. And there are 13 tones and tribes that are inscribed into the, what are they called? The ancient tomb of Prophet Pacal Votan. Okay, so one of them was the red overtone earth. And I think it's interesting that there is a lot of synchronicity between that tone and tribe when I read it in the calendar. And that's just really what stuck out to me. So I'm just going to share when I read each of these kind of what stuck out to me as the like alignment factor. Because the clear sign of Pacal Votan calls us to look for the magic in each of those. And so the magic that I see is that connection point between that tone and tribe, how the similarities, right? So that sort of wove into each one of the days that I looked at. I kind of was like, I wonder what like fuses that tone and tribe kind of together. Like what is that magnetism, right? Between the two that kind of was the reason for why those are inscribed on this prophet's tomb, right? And that we've taken note of that. So the white rhythmic mirror was the next day. And again, that was a galactic activation portal day. The code keys of white mirror are reflex, endlessness, and order. And the code keys of the tone, the rhythmic tone, are organize, balance, and equality. And I want to read because there were a couple things that stuck out to me that I was like, And again, I just find it super interesting, like I do all this stuff. So the rhythmic tone talked about like all life on Earth, including the rhythms of our body, are influenced by the rhythms of ever-changing combinations of celestial movements. A sense of balance can be achieved by accepting that life is a process, an ongoing motion requiring dynamic organization and reorganization. And then the tribe of the white mirror is this idea of reflection, like recognizing that what I see outside of me is actually what's going on inside of me, right? It's that quote from Anais Nin that we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. But there is also this idea that, is this the one? Oh no, that was the next one. I'm sorry. As we delve into the source of reflection and polish the mirror of our mind, we may see from the deepest clarity that we are capable of, right? This organization and reorganization, this recognizing the things within us that we need to bring back into this sense of order, right? Which is the white mirror. That's one of the code keys is order. And then one of the code keys of the rhythmic tone is organization, organize, and how those two things really flow together. And there's this notion of reflecting upon our lives, right? And recognizing what we need to bring back into balance and integrate. So we have, to back up, we have this red overtone earth, this idea of centering into our heart, into the heart of Mama Earth, into our own inner cosmic heart, and then the heart of the cosmos that exists above us, right? Like that divine creative source light. At least that's what I view it as. And then this idea of reflecting upon ourselves and the way that we view the world, and gathering this sense of order and organization, and bringing it into like integration and balance within us, right? So those two things, in my opinion, flow together really beautifully and harmoniously, right? Like this connection that we have in the cosmos, in the physical, and then our home planet, right? Versus, or not versus, but also then this connection to the power we have to integrate and balance all of the things around us within us, and really become clearer and clearer about who we are and who we're here to truly express ourselves as. And then we have today, the Yellow Galactic Sun. And what stuck out to me was, so the code key of Yellow Sun is code keys, are enlightens, universal fire, and life. And then the code keys of the galactic tone are harmonize, model, and integrity. So here again, we have this beautiful opportunity to begin to harmonize with the idea that we already are enlightened. Because that's what Yellow Sun talks about. When I dive into that paragraph, that's what we're going to learn, is that we already are. I'll do it right now. So where does it say this? Okay, so forming the attainment of concepts of enlightenment, we can discover our true nature is enlightened. So we already are enlightened. It's just really like owning that, right? Like dialing into no, there's nothing that I have to do. Hey, Galactic Elf. Yes, thank you. Greetings from the southern state of Arkansas, which is where I am. Welcome. I appreciate you being here, and I love the fact that we are commingling in time and space together. That's pretty cool to me. And you're in the beautiful state of Hawaii, which I've never been to, but I love pictures of it. Is the volcano still going off down there? I haven't heard about that in a while. That was kind of crazy, right? Talk about universal fire, the volcano erupting, right? But anyway, like recognizing that we already are enlightened. Like there's nothing that we have to do. Like we just have to step into harmony and alignment with the fact that we are enlightened. I just thought that was really cool. So let us release the striving for betterment. I know as a human being, that's kind of hard, right? Like I definitely, there were two, it's back down to one now. Okay, so two volcanoes were erupting and now it's just one. So crazy. I love planet Earth. She loves to remind us that she's in charge, doesn't she? So striving for betterment and accept the awesome actuality that already is. And it's a balance between those two, right? Like I think that there is something to be said for wanting to be better, right? Like whatever that means for you, right? I think that we can get stuck in this idea, like this toxic idea that we can, that we're not good enough or that we need. Yes, she does love us. Absolutely. 100%. For sure. And supports us and sustains us in such a beautiful, loving, harmonious way. I love our mama. so much. So yeah, super cool, but she's pretty powerful. um, yeah, so just this idea of better, right? Like I suppose like flowing into this harmonic notion that as we stay in alignment and harmonization with our highest expression of self, I think that that enfoldment, right? Like that we will naturally better ourselves, whatever that looks like for us, right? Like I think that it's this notion that recognizing, no, I am enlightened, I am enough, I am worthy, I am good, right? Like I don't even know like where I don't maybe y'all can relate to this or not, I don't know, but I struggled for a good chunk of my short life that I've been in this particular iteration with feeling like a piece of garbage. Just like I sucked. Like that was really the program that played through my head is that I was this horrible person. I sucked. Nobody liked me. Like all of this crap that just continued to cycle through my own vibration and just anchored me down, right? Like all of this garbage that I thought I was garbage just held me down. And through my own personal journey and awakening, came to the realization like, wait a sec, like, wow, I don't think that way about anybody else. Why do I think that way about myself? That's so bizarre to me. I looked at the world and I saw so much beauty and so much light and so much potential and possibility and like desire to like make the world a better place. Like that's what I saw. Like the people that I have surrounded myself with and like run into throughout my lifetime, I consistently have these very deep conversations. I think as an empath, we tend to like attract people that like share their life stories with us where you're like, okay, that was random. But like, so in that those like, being the like receptacle for all of those stories, I became very aware of the fact that, man, people really did want the best for themselves, for other people, for the collective. Like over and over and over again, I hear these stories of just, but then feeling so like self-defeated and words of self-sabotage. And it's becoming clearer and clearer to me that, wow, if we would anchor into the idea and the truth that we really are enlightened, right? This yellow sun, like we are these gorgeous expressions of the divine. And like really anchored into that, like what would the world start looking like if we really and treated other people that way, right? Regardless of how they treat us, right? Like we can't control how other people treat us. All we can do is control how we respond when people bump into us and what spills out of us. And that's our power. Recognizing that I don't get to control how someone else shows up in the world. I only have a say and control over what I choose to say and do and what I think about it, like the story that I create within me. And I've just decided that I want it to be powerful and impactful and uplifting. Like I'm sick and tired of feeling like garbage. So I've been taking the trash out for the last 10 years. And it's so funny to me. I continue to find more. Like it's like, that litter continues to be dropped within my space. And I have to, pick it up and instead of just throwing it away, like really analyze, like, okay, where did that come from? Right? Like, why do I have that feeling within me? And how can I move through that in a way that's healthy and beneficial for me and others? So I can turn around and begin to share and teach others of like, yeah, there's people in the world who are going to treat us like crap. But that doesn't mean that we have to treat ourselves like crap. And it doesn't mean we have to respond in kind. It's not even in kind, right? Like respond in the same fashion and make them feel like garbage too, right? Like at some point we have to recognize I'm okay regardless of how anyone else treats me. I need to erect boundaries, right? Like don't be a doormat for people. That's not what I'm encouraging at all. But recognize started this in my 20s, taking out the trash. I'm almost 60 and still finding, right? Still finding stuff. It's like it's been littered throughout your life. Again, we spiral through time, right? There's these different layers and dimensions where we continue to find those pieces of garbage that we just need to pick up and examine and then do our best to, what's the word? Like transmute it, right? So that it doesn't remain trash. So it's like that idea of recycling, like turning, one man's trash is another man's treasure, really like taking that and upcycling it, taking that trash and upcycling it. So pulling in the nuggets of information into ourselves and learning the lessons that we have so that when we move forward, transmute, when we move forward in time and space within us, we are the actual catalyst to help it shift within others, right? So it's all so good. And so to me, that was the like thread of the three clear signs of Pacal Votan over of the course of the last few days, is to remember to center in your own heart, dial into the heart of the like one heart that exists all around us, to really anchor into that, to integrate all of the nuggets of information and find the organization, the reorganization, and the order within all of it, within us, right? And then to recognize that we are enlightened already. So as we're doing this, it's not necessarily that we're bettering ourselves as much as we are like kind of awakening and remembering, oh yeah, I already am love. I already am light. I already am joy. I am peace. I am patience. I am kindness. I am generosity. I am gratitude. Like you are all of those things. Of course, we are also anger and frustration and doubt and worry, that like there that exists within us also, and to be able to accept all of it as it is, how we show up, and recognize that it exists in all of us. And when we find people that are struggling, to be that anchor, that space of, gosh, I see you. I don't understand why you feel the need to vomit all of this onto me or treat me the way you're treating me, but I see you. I see your heart and humanity. And while I'm not going to put up with this from you because I don't really feel like I'm deserving of this right now, like I love you, I bless you, I release you, like those types of things, like to really start to recognize like we are that point of transmutation. Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad that you found me, Galactic Elf. I love that you're here too, for sure. All right, we're gonna dive into today. So that was all the clear signs of Pacal Votan, because I thought that was super cool that there were 3 of the 13, like all within this quick little cycle spiral of time between red Earth, white mirror, blue storm, and yellow sun. I just thought that was really kind of unique and powerful, right? Like super powerful. And there was a galactic activation portal amidst all of it. So, and again, those energetics still exist. They're still, bouncing around the cosmos out there. We can absolutely tune in, call in those energetics whenever we need them. That's the cool part. Like I say at the beginning of my videos, I qualify myself as a spiritual maestro because I'm a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. They are always present for us to tune into whenever we need them. And it's so cool that that exists. So for today, we're gonna kind of zoom out a little bit. We are in a 13-year wave spell. It is the White Wizard wave spell. So again, the code keys of the White Wizard are being woven into the energetic fabric of every day that exists within that 13-year wave spell. And those code keys are enchants, timelessness, and receptivity. So kind of sit with those words. Does something pop up for you? Is there a message in one of those words for you today? If so, I invite you to dive in. If not, no worries. But we are 4 years into that 13-year wave spell, which puts us in a red self-existing moon year. So the code keys of the red moon are purifies, universal water, and flow. And the code keys of self-existing, which is the tone 4, that define, measure, and form. So do any of those code keys jump out at you or create some sort of resonance within you to unpack and dive into? The number 4. Yeah, absolutely. Galactic Elf. You are welcome to message me in YouTube. I'm on Instagram. All the links to me are in the description box below. The harmonic.us is my own private space. That's a great way to connect with me. Instagram is a great place. And then Facebook, any of them, however you want to connect with me. Oh, nice. Red Moon's your birthday? Sweet. I love birthdays. They're my favorite. You should celebrate all April because I celebrate all of July. That's my birth month, and I celebrate every day. So I'm going to invite you to try that on for size to see if you don't want to celebrate every day in April. That you are alive, beautiful love light, and shining that gift into the world everywhere you go. Oh, sure. That's okay. Life is all about learning. Maybe I can connect with you. I'll see. If you go, what's your social media channel of choice? Do you like Facebook, Instagram? You don't do the socials, YouTube? Oh, perfect. All right, well, I'll reach out to you through the Mighty Networks. That sounds good. Did I respond to you already in Mighty Networks? I don't want to say your name because I don't know how you feel about that. But did you comment on my question within Mighty Networks and I replied to it? Was that you? Perfect, Dennis. Yes, absolutely. We can connect through Mighty Networks. I replied to the comment that you left in there, and I'll reach out to you so that we can initiate that conversation. And however it works for you, I don't know if it'll come to your I think it'll come to your email, whatever email you use to sign into Mighty Networks. I'm pretty sure when I reply, like when I send you a message, that's where it will go through. I think. I'm like you. I still am learning about technology as well. I'm certainly not an expert, but I also recognize like I'm just going to try, and if it works, awesome, and if not, I'll try something different. Get back. Oh no! Check your email. See if there isn't a link. I did the Monday meditative morning session today, and I notified the people. I know cosmic timing is awesome. I notified everybody that was live, so you might be able to click in and get that way. Yeah, at least that's what I found. I know that I get my notifications in my email, so maybe try that. Sorry that I don't have any more information for you. Like I said, I'm learning. I'm a student also. Okay. I think did I do self-existing? I did. So yeah, so we're in the red self-existing moon year, and those code keys that are being woven into the fabric of all of the days up until July 25th, because that is when the red self-existing moon year wraps up. And then we move into a nice 6 a.m. Holy moly. It's early. I keep getting off track. What was I just going to do? Wow, I totally just lost my train of thought. I apologize. Oh, I was going to look at what the next year. So it's going to be it's a white wizard year. I know that we're flowing into that, but it is a white. So if we're in overtone, it'll be a white overtone wizard year next year. So that'll be fun because I'm a white wizard. So it'll be my tribe the whole year. So we'll have the white wizard, 13-year white wizard wave spell coupled with a White Wizard year. So the code keys of White Wizard are going to be amplified all year, beginning July 26th, I do believe. I think that's when it starts. Yep, 2023. Next, we have the 65-day season that we are spiraling through, and we are in the, we just changed. So it's the Blue Western Eagle season of vision, I do believe. And the code keys, let me look. Where are we? Yeah. And then the Castle of Time, we're also in the, oh no, we're not. Just kidding. I was going to say the Blue Western Castle of Burning, but we're not. We're in the White Northern Castle of Crossing. Okay, so the code keys of Blue Eagle are creates, vision, and mind. The White Northern Castle of Crossing, that is bringing in this kind of the court of death. So we're really, so we went from this, oh yeah, let me back up. Wow. My brain is bouncing all over the place right now. I apologize. So the Blue Western Eagle season of vision, okay, the code keys are creates, vision, and mind. However, we're also being offered this invitation, just like with the season of the dog, right? Now we were able to dive into and unpack the lessons of our emotional body. This is an invitation to dive into and unpack the lessons of our mental body. And the connection that we have to the collective mind as well. So it's kind of twofold, where it's our own inner personal mental body that is connected to and a part of the collective mind also. So over the course of the next, this 65-day season, we're able to flow through and unpack and investigate and learn about all the lessons that we want to about that mental body that we all have. So the back to the castle, the White Northern Castle of Crossing, right? The Red Eastern Castle of Turning was about preparing the way. It was about birth, right? Like planting seeds, initiating seeds. And now this White Northern Castle of Crossing is about, and the Red Castle was about the power of entering. So now we're into the power of death, the court of death. We're refining our inner warrior, and it's about the power of descending, like going down into the depths of who we really are, like really, in my opinion, being in acceptance of the darkness, that the shadowy places that exist within us, and learning those lessons and accepting ourselves exactly like as we show up and express, and recognizing that we always have the power of choice, right? Like we can choose whether we're going to allow the garbage, so to speak, to like hold us down, anchor us, or we can choose to pick up the trash, examine it, take a look at like, why is this here? How did it get here? And then transmute it and allow, again, ourselves to be that catalyst of transmutation, so that energetically, when we move forward, we are a positive agent for change as we move forward. So as we flow through this time of like the court of death, and recognizing what needs to be released and allowed to decompose, that we do that gently and we explore it so that we can learn the lessons that we need to, and like to use the like shedding of the skin as far as like reptiles are concerned, right? Like to really like allow that old dead skin to be sloughed off, and turn into, nourishment for everyone around us, right? As it decomposes, it turns back into life-giving nourishment um, for all of us. So that's kind of this, the ideas that I want us all to begin to sort of flow through and unpack and really choose to show up in the world as like, no, everything in life is for my benefit if I choose to see it that way. I can choose to look at the parts that make me feel like a piece of garbage. That's absolutely a choice. And it's okay if and when we make that choice because there's medicine in that. However, we can also make the choice. And the more that we become conscious and aware of the fact that we are making those choices, the more conscious and aware we are when we make those choices. And it's just a process. And we need to be accepting and forgiving and give grace to ourselves and the people around us as we journey and move through basically the path of awakening to the idea back to the like, I am power. I am light. I am love. I am enlightenment. Like I already am all of those things. Because that's the spirit. That's the power that exists within me that keeps me alive and moving, right? Like that is my life force energy. So the more that I allow my human physical self and my mental body to align and dial into that and really hold on to that, the more powerful that signal is going to become for myself and everybody around me. Because we are antennas, right? Like we're broadcasting out these energetic vibrational frequencies to impact the world around us. And the more we become conscious and aware of that, the healthier that frequency is going to become for all of us, including ourselves, which is super cool. So that's what we're doing right now. We are diving into the depths of death so that we can really release as we move into whatever the blue castle of burning, which I haven't unpacked that one yet, but it seems to me like that's going to be an opportunity for us to sort of like allow everything that we've discovered as we descend into the depths and unpack all of the things that need to die within us, where we're able to like burn that trash, right? Like, again, I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what I'm rolling with today. Then we have the moon. We're in the last day of the solar moon of intention. This is it. Tomorrow we are turning the page into the planetary moon of manifestation. So today is this last day for the code keys of pulse, realize, and intention to powerfully be coded into this point in time. Nice. Yes, compost. Yes, compost. Absolutely. Let it break down and let the cycles be observed. Galactic Alpha, I agree. That's awesome. All right. So the solar moon of intention, last day, pulse, realize, intention. Do any of those words kind of bring up something within you? If so, explore that. If not, no worries. We are in a 13-day wave spell, the red Skywalker wave spell. And those code keys are explores, space, and wakefulness. And we are on the 8th day of that wave spell, which is why we are a yellow galactic sun, because the 8th tone of creation is the galactic tone. I'm going to read the whole paragraph of Yellow Sun. And this is the tribe whose number is both 0 and 20. So it's the 20th tribe, which is it's the end of the cycle. However, it's also the 0 point, because when one thing ends, something else naturally begins right after. So this is that point of the ending and the initiating. So Yellow Sun, yellow is associated with the direction south, and the code key ripens. So something energetically in your world is coming to fruition today, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually, cosmically. Something is happening today where it's coming to its fullness. It may be very like obvious. It also could be super subtle, but something is ripening energetically for us today. The code keys of Yellow Sun are enlightens, universal fire, and life. The quote comes from Hafiz, and it is, quote, "One day the sun admitted, I am just a shadow. I wish I could show you the infinite incandescence that has cast my brilliant image. I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being." End quote. I love that. Because again, you are this beautiful love light. So if and when you see yourself surrounded in darkness, it might be because you are the light, and it likely is. Yellow Sun provokes us to honor the solar life force that sustains our planetary whole. As our local star, the sun is the lens through which we receive radiant emanations of energy information transmitted from the center of the galaxy, the Mayans called Hunabku. Let us receive the majesty of this universal fire, that it may ignite and enlighten our own inner sun, our internal source of divine light. May we awaken to the precious reality of who we truly are, sparks of the same great fire of life which illuminates eternity. Yellow Sun signifies both 0 and 20, presenting a union of formless potential and formed wholeness, nothingness and totality. 0 is empty, so that it may hold everything. When we hold on to nothing, no prides or fears, we consciously merge with life's totality. By releasing all the layers of personal identification and conditioning, we can rest in the sacred emptiness of our essence, pure life. Foregoing the attainment of concepts of enlightenment, we can discover our true nature is enlightened. Let us release the striving for betterment and accept the awesome actuality that already is. Allow the universal fire to burn away doubt and debate. All questions are answered by the searing truth of that which we've always been, the 0, formless consciousness, wholeness. The end quote comes from Dogen, a 13th century Zen master, and it is, quote, "To let the self be awakened by all things is enlightenment," end quote. Yay. I'm glad that you're sitting here with me, Galactic Elf. Thank you for being here. Okay, so now we're going to read the Galactic Tone 8 of creation. Again, the code keys are harmonize, model, integrity. The quote at the beginning comes from Hazrat Inayat Khan, and it is, quote, "What is the best way to take in everyday life to lead one to life's ideal? The best way is to consider harmony as the first principle to be observed, that in all circumstances and situations and conditions, one should try to harmonize with one's fellow creatures. Harmony is the most essential thing in life. In plain words, inharmony attracts inharmony, whereas harmony attracts harmony." End quote. Having explored the distinct resonances carried by subtle vibrations, we can focus on harmonizing, generating a pleasing combination of elements. Whether this means establishing inner harmony or in relationship with others, Tone 8 calls us to align our conduct with our integrity that we may genuinely model the truths and ideals we personally believe in. One definition of the code of integrity is the state of being whole or undivided, completeness, as modeled by the harmonious whole of the galaxy. This tone reminds us integrity requires consistency, unwavering adherence to the wisdom and grace of our personal values. Additionally, harmonization requires not compromise, but pliability, willingness to bend, to meet others, to let go of personal attachments for the greater good. As we each uniquely stand as conduits of harmony, we act as mutual role models for one another, inspiring the establishment of galactic culture, actualizing the harmonious potential of our global society. The end quote comes from Peace Pilgrim, and it is, quote, "Blessed are they who translate every good thing they know into action. Even higher truths shall be revealed to them," end quote. Which is kind of one of the, I mean, I didn't realize it when I came in here and started sharing with all y'all about all of this stuff, but I feel like the more that I come in here and share with all y'all, the more it like I understand it on a deeper level, if that makes sense. So while I'm quote unquote teaching, which I don't know that I really feel like I'm doing, I'm just sharing information out of a calendar that already exists. And there's a link to it in the description box below if you want to get your own, which, by the way, it's almost time to order next year's. But yeah, just like as I share this information, right? Like as this information becomes available to me and I share it with others, I really do feel like I'm being like drawn to these like higher ways of being and higher ideas and thought processes, right? Like it's kind of crazy how that happens. Elves do harmony. I don't know if I understand that. Elves do harmony. What do you mean by that, Galactic Elf? Okay, so now we're going to talk about the daily affirmation, which is in the description box below if you want to follow along as I read it. I didn't write it down, so I'm going to kind of do it on the fly. So the daily affirmation for today is, I harmonize in order to enlighten, modeling life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of flowering. So the guiding power, the guiding tribe power is the yellow seed for today, which is their power is flowering. So that's where that comes from. Oh, nice. I got it. I got you. I was describing harmony and you resonated with it. That's awesome. Sorry, my eye itched. All right, now I'm going to dive into the Red Skywalker kind of breakdown of hang on. I'm struggling with words today. This link in the description box below to the Astro Dream Advisor is it. There's the 13 days of the Red Skywalker wave spell are broken down by tribe. So it's just a deeper dive into this solar tribe that is the Yellow Sun day today. So we're just going to dive deeper into Yellow Sun, what that means. So if you want to follow along, you can right click on that link and open it up in a different window and read along. Otherwise, I'm going to read it for you right now. We're on day 8. So if you want to scroll down to day 8, if you do open up the link, it is, how do I resonate harmoniously with the new golden octave or the new energetics on Earth right now? It's a really great question to kind of sit with and decide, like, how do I resonate harmoniously with what's going on in the world around me? And I think even more importantly is, what energetic flow do you desire to be in within the new golden octave, right? Like we get to choose that also. And there are different consciousnesses that we get to choose from, whatever that is. Is it love? Is it light? Is it generosity? Is it peace? Is it bliss? Is it gratitude? Like whatever that is that you want to flow through more, like how do you resonate harmoniously with those, right? All right, so yellow sun qualities: illumination, fire, cosmic or Christ consciousness, bliss, union, wholeness, unconditional love, crown chakra, ascension, solar mastery, language of light, ecstasy, limitless bliss, enlightenment, universal fire. Discover the simple secret encoded in Yellow Sun's star glyph. All right, so let me show that to you. This is the Yellow Sun glyph. Oh, I got to go back to my YouTube. Hey, right here. So that's the star glyph for Yellow Sun. All right. You are unconditional love, the stone of indestructible liberation. Radiate that knowing in all your thoughts and actions. Love all of creation. Join the dance of light, the fundamental constant of nature, and shine forth the clarity of your true essence. There is great power in simply identifying with the light. As above, so below. You are in God, and God is in you. As you express unconditional love, you become more than you previously perceived yourself to be. You become illumined, the full manifestation of your divinity. In the embrace of your humanity, accept yourself and others unconditionally. Magnify your full presence. Yellow Sun will come in myriad forms to assist you. Be limitless. Accept and understand the nature of judgment, fear, light and dark within yourself and others. Love and accept yourself and others as you are, freed from previous boundaries. You are the dawning of the solar age. As you move toward your core of light, you will find a clear light awareness that is innately innocent. In this place, the mind is restored to its original state of receptivity. Clarity and freedom become expressions of being, and bliss becomes the body. At this core of light, a new reality is born. From the union of the divine masculine and feminine is birthed the solar androgyny of cosmic consciousness. Open your heart as a flower to the sun and become the same love that holds universes together. Woo! Talk about powerful. I mean, again, you already are the love that holds universes together. You already are that. So it's just flowing into deeper harmonious alignment with that. Yes, so cool. Galactic Elf, excuse me. I'm super excited that you're here. Thank you for being here and sharing this time with me, and to everybody who's shown up in this space. I deeply, deeply appreciate you. Time truly is the most precious and creative gift that we have to share with one another. And I don't take that lightly. I'm truly grateful that you've chosen to gift your time to share with me within this space. Again, there's other ways to connect with me in the description box below. If you liked this video, click on or tap the thumbs up just to let others know. Maybe it will get me more attention in the YouTube space as I am new and organically growing. Also, if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on the bell to get notifications of when I go live, all the things, or just whenever you think about it, show up in this space and learn a little bit more about the Mayan Galactic Calendar with me. If there are things that you know that I have missed, please feel free to share them. Again, I'm here to learn right alongside you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Yes, you're welcome, Galactic Elf. Thank you too. I hope you have a wonderful day. I want you to know that I truly, truly love you. And until we meet again, beautiful love light, please go shine.